Alright, so QR codes are kind of like a link or something that you can scan like a barcode, and you can link them to pictures, words, contact information, anything. And here's a QR code generator. We use this in class for our contact information. You'll find that on the beginning of this presentation. You have my contact information. And this would supply the digital citizen, the leadership standard, because you're taking initiative to leave your contact information or to take your digital citizenship a different way, or facilitator, because you're kind of showing that you are active in using technology, and it's just very easy to do, very, very easy to do, and kind of shows a lot. So I would definitely recommend doing that. And then Padlet is like a storyboarding feature, and I'm gonna zoom in here. And Padlet is like, we used it this semester from a link from our professors, and then we put our My Digital Life similes, which you saw in a video before, all on this board. And all that you do is you can hit the plus button down here, and you will end up adding your own sticky note, and then you can write something on it, and the whole class can have access like this here. Can have access and look at each other's, and this could include discussion. I don't know if you would count that as collaboration, but it could be. And it could show not really the designer for once out of all these that we've done, but it can show a few different things with our standards. Maybe we could also do the learner depending on what they're posting on Padlet. If they're teaching each other, that would be helpful. And then this is Powtoon. So this next tool is called Powtoon, and this is actually one of my favorite ones that we've used, that I've learned to use. And we did a teacher introduction, because mostly education majors, and it's just kind of like an icebreaker where you could pull it up on the computer and then have various students look at each other's. I'm going to play mine for you, and if you look down here while it's loading, that you can share it on different medias, or even just the link. So you see there's a lot of different animations and things that can go on with making one of these Powtoons. That one was a lot slower paced than what I would recommend using a Powtoon for. That was when I was first getting used to it and didn't really know how to use it actually. So we're just going to look at this template so that I can show you a couple of these features that I like most about Powtoon. And you'll notice that each have like a little bit of almost white noise in the background. I find helpful to kind of keep with the flow of the animations and everything going on. And maybe it's in the middle here. Each Powtoon has popular templates that you can choose from, and you can edit those, or you can start from scratch, so that could vary to different levels of creativity depending on what you want. Now, when creating the Powtoon, sorry, my box is a little small here, but you'll see a tutorial video will pop up, and it's very helpful. But I'm just going to go through a little bit of what I learned when using Powtoon and when editing things. Let's see. So this timeline down here is like a godsend. You have to add things in your Powtoon at different points. So like you'll see here at however many seconds, this little box represents something popping up. And then you keep going and something else will pop up here. So it's all under the idea of it should only be so many seconds that you should have these different things coming in and out, because it is tailored to the idea of thinking fast and slow. Everything we do today is fast-paced, fast food, fast-moving, loading things on the Wi-Fi fast, everything's fast. So why aren't our presentations the same? Well, Powtoon tends to that. And that's where you can do this. I'm going to move the window over here to the right. There are various backgrounds that you can choose, characters that you can add, as you saw in my Powtoon, and they can be doing different things at different times. Like here she's waving or has an idea, and you can add these, and then you put them at what time you want them to be in and what time you want them to come out. It gets a little tricky. I'm not going to lie to you, it's a lot to do, but it's so helpful because you are captivating your audience and presenting technology in a way that it's not just something different, it's something useful. And I'll just show you this sample. You'll see that it's almost like watching a movie while teaching, which is really nice. It's difficult, but it would be very worth it. And there are a few things that are labeled Pro in the options over here. And the Pros you'd want to stay away from because I don't think that you can save. You can probably add them, but then they won't show up or you can't save them later. Powtoon is very easy to save. You save up here, and then you can export it, download it, or share it, which is nice, and it will share to your Powtoon account. Or you could export it to a YouTube channel, as I have in the past. So that's Powtoon, and it's... Alright, so the Powtoon presentation tool would, I'd actually count it as a standard, as almost analyst, or facilitator, because you're actually using the idea of thinking fast and slow, which is a standard research-based idea, and, or not necessarily an idea, but a way about presenting, and you would be acting upon that by using Powtoon as your tool. You could also use it for digital citizenship and designer, and I just think the main one here would be facilitator, because it's presenting information in a different way.